Good morning, students, and welcome to the English classroom. Now we are going to discuss the poem All the World's a Stage, written by William Shakespeare. I'm going to read the lines and then try to explain. Just pay attention to what I say. William Shakespeare has taken or written this monologue for his character called Jax for the play As You Like It. He says, in the first two lines you can see here, all the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. Players here does not mean cricket players, it means what? Actors. We are all what? Heroines, actresses, etc. They have their exits and their entrances. Just like on a stage, you have your exit and your entrance. Here, he says that we also have got our exit and entrances. But here it is different. What is it? We are born in this world, that is our entrance. And then we have to die one day. That is our exit. And one man in his time plays many parts. One human being has to play a number of roles. Parts means roles here. His acts being 7 ages. Just like in a drama, in a play, there are number of acts. 1 act play, 3 act play, 4 act play, etc. Similarly, in our human life, how many acts we have? 7 ages. William Shakespeare has divided our whole life into 7 ages. That means we have got 7 roles to play. And he discusses this one by one. Which is the first one? See here. His acts being 7 ages. His acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant. Infant means a small baby who is born. Mewling and puking. Puking meaning vomiting, throwing up. When you are a small child, a baby, you are mewling. Mewling means crying, like making a mew sound, mewling sound, like a cat, a small baby kitten. And puking, vomiting in the nurse's arm. Second is the whining schoolboy. Whining is also a sound word. That means that small boy is unwilling to go to school. He's crying, he's complaining. He has to get up early in the morning and he has to go to school. He doesn't like your KG class children. So he's a whining schoolboy with his satchel. S-A-T-C-H-E-L. You can see that word. Satchel means what? A school bag. Satchel is a word which was used in the olden days for school bag. So he's crying, that schoolboy, and with his satchel, he goes to school. But how does he go to school? He doesn't go willingly. He's complaining, unwilling, and shining morning face. Maybe his mother has made him ready. So his face is shining, he's clean, but his movements are very slow, creeping like a snail, unwilling to school. He almost drags himself when he goes to school. The movement of that schoolboy is compared to the creeping of the snail. So here the figure of speech is simile. Then the lover, the next age that the poet discusses is of a lover. He says, the third act is that of a lover who is breathless and he is sighing like a furnace with passion. Sighing means he sings sad songs to the beauty of his lover, of his friend, where he describes, his mistress' eyebrow. Eyebrow, you know what is an eyebrow? Part of your face. Mistress means girlfriend here. It means old word for girlfriend was mistress. So, he says a woeful ballet. Woeful means very sad. Ballet means song. So he is sighing like a furnace with a woeful ballet made to his mistress' eyebrow. He is describing her beauty. Then the fourth stage is that of an aggressive soldier, bearded like a leopard and full of oath. Oath means promise. He is jealous where his honor is concerned and is quick to quarrel. He is ambitious and does useless things for his reputation, even endangering his life for it. He says, the fourth stage is of a soldier who is full of strange promises. His appearance is like a leopard. He is very jealous in honor. He is very sudden and quick in quarrel, and he is always seeking bubble repetition. A repetition which will break away or die away just like a bubble. A bubble's life isn't long enough. You know that. You blow a bubble, how long it will last? Hardly for a few minutes, seconds, and then it is going to burst. So he says he is going to fight for the repetition even in the cannon's mouth. Cannons mean, ammunition. Cannon, yes, to fire cannonballs. So even in the cannon's mouth, that means even in the great danger of death, he is ready to make up his repetition. Then comes the justice in the fair round belly with good keeping lined. The fifth role is that of a mature, middle-aged man with a very round stomach, belly. He is very strict, he is stern, he is formal, and he is also full of wisdom, intelligence. He is keen on justice, he wants to do justice, and has opinions on bribery, a system which was prevalent at that time, which is even prevalent today also. He is full of wise sayings, good thoughts, and give modern examples. So he says, you are a justice in a fair, round belly with a good keepin. What is the meaning of keepin? It's given there. A keepin means with excess fat from careless, it's given here, you can see it. With excess fat from careless eating habits. So though he is a justice, his belly is round with good keeping line, with eyes severe and a beard of formal cut. He is full of wise saw. Saw means thoughts. He gives a lot of opinion on the modern instances, means the greedy bribery situation which was there during that time. But he plays his part well. Then the poet describes the sixth age. The sixth age shifts into a lean. Lean means thin. And slippered pantaloon. Pantaloon is an old English word for pants, trousers. With spectacles on the nose. His eyesight has become weak. That man's eyesight has become weak. So what he is going to wear now? Almost all the people who have crossed 40s, they are going to use what? Spectacles. Correct. Pouch on side. His youthful hose. Youthful hose means close fitting covering for legs. You know, the dress which the people wore during that time was something like, a youthful hose, tight trousers, well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank and his big manly voice. Shank here refers to legs, from the knee to the ankle. He says, the next stage, that is the sixth stage, the man is growing old. He has got now thin legs, he wears slippers, he no longer wears jeans pant. That time there was no jeans pant, but they used to wear legging types, in those days, during Shakespeare's time. And they were called as youthful hose, okay. So now he is no longer wearing them, but he is wearing what? He is wearing loose pants, that is pantaloons. He has spectacles on his nose and a pouch by his side. His close-fitting stockings, which he had saved for his younger day, are now too big for his thin legs, which have shrunk with the age. His loud voice, which was once manly, once he had a very good voice, manly voice, but now today, as he grew old, he has become childish and it has become shrill. And then when he speaks, it sounds like a whistling sound when he talks. What does that mean? It means that, see here, it's given here. Turning again towards the childish treble. Treble means 3 times weaker. And here it refers, maybe he has lost his teeth. So when the old man tries to speak, most of our pronunciation and most of our talking happens perfectly when we have a good set of teeth. Even if one is broken, the air will pass through it and your words or your sentences may go wrong, especially when you are in the old age or when you were a small kid, when your milk teeth were there. That time you remember? you tried to say some word 30 and it sounded like something else because the air blew out, front two teeth were missing. You were too small that time, maybe 3, 4, 5 years old. That time you didn't have full teeth. Now you are having all teeth. So you are able to speak beautifully and you are able to pronounce the words correctly. But once you grow old, maybe this man has lost his teeth. So when he tries to speak, it sounds like childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. That means his sound comes out like, blowing a pipe or blowing a whistle. And the last scene of all that ends this strange eventful history is second childishness. Old age is also called as second childhood. And mere oblivion. Oblivion means the state of being unaware of, unconscious of surroundings and happening. When you are too old, you may have seen the old people, they lose their memory. Sometimes they are unable to recognize their own family members. They don't remember things. They don't even remember their address, where do they live, who are these people in the society, who are their children, everything they have forgotten. So he says it's mere oblivion, he's just living. Sans teeth, sans means without. So he uses the word sans again, means sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. Sans means without teeth, without eyes. Eyes means refers to eyesight, he can't see anything. Sans taste, maybe he has lost his taste of food and he has no teeth, so he has no, he has no sense of eating, chewing, whatever is given to him is in the liquid form and he's just gulping it down. Sans everything, that means all his things are coming to an end. He says the last stage of all, which ends this eventful life when man becomes too old and he enters his second childhood. He becomes like a small kid, a small child. He is unaware of what is happening around him. The final stage is when he is without his teeth, his vision, without taste and without everything. And all the family members have to do all his work for him because he is unable to do things on his own. So in this way, in this monologue, in this poem, written by William Shakespeare, he has described the world to a stage and very beautifully he has put or divided human life into 7 ages and how he started from the infant till the old man when he is about to die. We stop here. Thank you.